Okay, here we go. All right, I think it's recording again, so. Hi, Jesse. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good today. How about you?
I'm feeling well, actually. Thank you for asking. How has your week been?
It's been a lot.
Yeah.
It's been really busy. There's like the big move, and then starting my new job, and it's been a huge transitional week. Like, this is my new life now, pretty much. But it's all really good things. So, um, I think once I have time to, like last night, I got some time to rest. But yeah, once I get a little bit more time to rest, I'll be able to like fully appreciate everything.
Being able to take in the new life that you get to
Yeah.
start. That's wonderful. And how are your anxiety levels with all of this?
Um, Oddly enough, it hasn't been that bad. It's been like the day before I started working on the unit that I'll be working on, which is um, Children's and Adolescent Day Hospital, and like teaching them DBT.
Hmm.
Like the day before, I was really nervous because I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna mess this up. I don't know, like I don't know what I'm doing. But once I was there, it was like, there's like a full month pretty much of like shadowing people and learning from people before you do it on your own. So I yeah, it immediately made me feel like, okay, I've got this. It's okay. Yeah.
So if we were to talk about a scale and one being low and 10 being high, where were your anxiety levels when you started as compared to after you found out you'd be shadowing someone and really taking a full month before they let you be on your own?
Um, I would say it went from like an 8 to a 4.
What were you able to do to help yourself bring those anxiety levels down?
I mean, one thing is listening to music or singing along with music. Um, making music, writing new songs. That's always something that helps. And when like literally nothing else is helping, I'll take a Klonopin or something.
Okay.
So
What were you able to do right in that moment when you were at your place of business and you were feeling that eight? Was there something specific you were able to do to um, bring it down to a four?
um well, one, talking to everyone there and like being really friendly, introducing myself to everyone, all the staff, and getting a chance to like hear the backgrounds of some of the staff and just having conversations. When I'm having conversations with someone I feel comfortable with, my it really helps. Um, and I feel comfortable with everyone on staff because it's all people that want to work with children and adolescents with mental illness. So we all have that in common. Um, another thing I another thing I do is fill my water bottle up and just like drink a bunch of water, and that can calm me down a little bit. Um, and then if all else fails, there's the Klonopin, or there's like a snack area where there's like granola bars, and I'll eat a granola bar.
A little bit of food to help
Yeah,
your mind off some things.
yeah. And luckily, I haven't been I haven't been dealing, because sometimes I deal with binge eating or overeating, and I haven't been dealing with that. So that's been good.
That's wonderful. I'm sorry, I missed the first part of that. I think just the computer might have cut out the sound. You used to deal with binge eating?
Yeah. I don't that much anymore. I used to do binging and purging, like bulimia, and that lasted for like 15 years. Like, it took me a really long time to get, but by the time I was 30, I was pretty much over that. But then at times I still binge eat, but I don't throw up anymore. But I've been getting a lot better with it, figuring out healthier coping mechanisms.
It sounds like you've really learned a lot about yourself and you've been able to put those things into play when your anxiety levels do reach a place where you're uncomfortable with them.
Yeah.
That's good. So I wanted to ask a little bit today with your new job and your new apartment and everything you've been working toward. What is something you're looking forward to with this new track?
Well, one of the things I'm looking forward to is just becoming competent and learning how to effectively work with these kids and set boundaries and be able to really like give them everything they need. So I'm looking forward to the learning process of like learning how to do that. I'm also looking forward to having this bigger space, having more space to work on music and do creative stuff. I'm looking forward to being able to do more creative stuff. So yeah.
What, other than your music, what other creative things do you like to get into, or are you looking forward to trying?
Um I I think like back in like January, I started getting into, there's like a metal studio near where I live. So I
Wow.
started getting into making making metal jewelry.
Okay.
Um, and I got really into that for a while. I think I just needed to focus my energy. Like, I needed to focus on something during those 2 months. But I would like go in like all the time and just like make stuff. And I have like 25 pieces I made within 3 months. That's how much I was there. But I needed that outlet. And I'm definitely planning on going back and signing up for studio time again and working on and taking another class. I took a class. That's how I knew how to do everything. Taking
Oh,
another class and getting better at it, because I mean that it's just a fun thing to be able to like be able to make jewelry for presents for friends and family that actually looks really good and not like an amateur made it. It's kind of cool.
it's a really interesting thing. How did you find this?
I was googling I was googling Baltimore jewelry classes, and the thing that came up was this big link. It was like Baltimore Jewelry Center, and it turns out it was 5 blocks from my house. And I went there, and it was so cool and so fun, and like everyone there does such cool art. It's a lot of like art, like actual artists,
Mhm.
people that are like trained in art. So it's really fun looking at what everyone else is doing, because you're like, I would never think of that. That is really cool. But yeah, it was like a Google search.
That's wonderful. And so I'm hearing you say creative outlets really help you with lowering your anxiety levels or just bringing you back to your center space. Is-
Yes, yes. I would say creative activities are the most effective at overcoming my anxiety. And I've definitely learned that really well over the past 6 months. Because I've been having like, a lot of like distress and anxiety. But yes, sometimes when I go into like a creative activity, like music or the art, the metal studio, like I I just focus on that, and time goes by without me knowing it, and it's it's just like a really relaxing thing to do. I think part of it is also like I do like all of my creative endeavors are just for me. They're not like I'm not like a professional trying to like make things for other people to buy. I think because if it went into that direction, it would probably become stressful. But because it's just for me and like my friends. Also, I love giving my friends things. Like I made you this necklace, and they are always so excited. Like so that's really fun.
You're able to put a little bit of yourself into a gift and give to someone you know is going to appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So I'm hearing you say about you really have learned a lot in the last 6 months about yourself, and that your anxiety levels are manageable when you're able to go do something creative that allows you to put emotions into an outlet to give to someone else. Is that kind of what you're feeling, or have I missed something?
No, that's completely accurate because you brought into it the sharing with other people thing, and that is a huge part of my creativity. I like sharing. I like making stuff for other people. I like um, I've been playing a lot of shows over the past 6 months, and I like sharing my music with other people. Um, so I think that is a really big part of the creativity too. Is like being able to share whatever I make with other people.
So and then I heard you say with your new job, you're really excited to learn to be able to give back to these kids.
Yeah, I'm really interested in how to set boundaries, how like proper forms of discipline if that's needed. Because in terms of leading the DBT groups, I did 10 months in DBT on my own. I mean, like with a therapist and a group.
Okay.
So after 10 months of doing DBT group, I feel really confident and good about leading group, like
Okay.
for kids and adolescents. And it's never just one teacher. There's always two. So like no matter what, I'll always have another person with me that has more experience. But yeah, it's I definitely need to learn like how to draw boundaries. Like, I mean, they're kids. Some of them are like really funny, and I just like, and I don't know how to like draw boundaries because I'm just like, oh my god, that kid is so cute and so funny. Like, and then meanwhile, other people are like, sit down, and I'm like, yeah, they are acting up, like like, yeah. So
So you have your outlet for when you're not working. You've got metal work. You're playing more shows. I've got something in my eye. Sorry. And you have a new space, and you have your group of friends are there for you. And you're making. It sounds like you're making, well, new coworkers definitely, but possibly people that could become friends as well. You're
yeah.
talking to them more. You're feeling a bit relaxed more at your new job, and you have things you're really looking forward to doing with the people you work with and with the population you get to work with. So I just wanted to see if we could possibly come up with a plan so that all these wonderful things you have working for you can continue to work for you. And if you feel those anxiety levels building, you've said one, you fill up your water bottle. Two, you can grab a granola bar in the snack room and possibly talk to someone you're real comfortable with. But just to manage those anxiety levels so that you can continue to grow and really pay attention to things like learning boundaries with within your groups that you're working with.
Mm-hmm.
So other than those few things, what else helps you in the moment at work to help your anxiety levels so that you can stay present?
That's a good question. I've definitely found myself doing I doing like timed breathing. Like what I'll just like I'll do like I'll breathe in for 4 minutes, I'll hold it for 4 minutes, breathe out for 4 minutes, hold it for 4 minutes, and then I'll also do the thing, and like nobody notices, like the kids don't notice that I'm doing that, or the coworkers, um, or I'll do the extended out breath where like I'll breathe in for six and I'll breathe out for 8 or 10. Um, and that's also something that people don't see because it's like I don't do it obviously while I'm talking to people. It would be like when the person's leading the group and I'm just observing. Um, but yeah, I always turn to the extended out breath, and I always turn to the counted breathing. That's actually that's actually like a thing from DBT too. So
So, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm trying to think of like what else. I do have a problem with like biting my nails. So I think because this is my first job that's not in a kitchen, because when you work in a kitchen, you can't have um, nail polish or fake nails because of the whole health code thing. But if I'm in this environment, I can wear nail polish, so I won't be biting my nails and and making the kids think I'm nervous or something. So yeah.
So just a little bit, um, just a little share from myself. I also used to have problems biting my nails. Something that has helped me that's fairly inexpensive is to paint them every night.
Yeah.
And so if I do get a little concerned, I kind of put them in my lap and maybe pick at the thumb and then I pick them off. And my kids at school used to ask me, why do you always have a different colored nail polish on every day? Well, because when I get bored, instead of putting them in my mouth, I take off my nail polish. So I'm not sure if that's something you would do, but it's inexpensive. It'll keep them out of your mouth and I'm getting hurt.
Yeah.
It's also a very interesting thing if someone else in your groups are dealing with that. You could show them the breathing, and that way you're able to work with your anxiety within your whole group.
Yeah.
And that could be a very powerful thing for you, all of you. Or if some kid just happens to be very observant and they notice you picking at a fingernail, they could ask you, "What are you doing?" There's very inexpensive fingernail polish for maybe $2 out there that you're going to pick it off. You might as well buy the inexpensive stuff.
Yeah.
The other thing that has helped is to occasionally get the fake nails put on, and then they're hard. You can't really pick at those. So
Yeah, but that probably still stops you from biting.
Yes.
Right? And
Yeah.
it would stop you from picking, I think.
Yes, because you can't pick that stuff off.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you can, but it hurts. It hurts your nail bed. So been there. But anyway, so you really do sound like you've gained a lot of knowledge about you in the past few months, and that knowledge has given you a great amount of strength to build yourself up to get a new place, to go out and get a new job, something you've never done, to start school, and to really build on friendships that you have and create new ones. So I don't know, how do you feel about hearing all that about yourself?
I mean, I feel about it because I see it happen. I see it playing out in my life. And I mean, it's just so hard to believe that like I have this job now, and I mean everything is just like really I'm so impressed with myself and I'm proud of myself. And I feel really like empowered and really good about myself right now. I mean, for the most part, because I took these risks, like I applied to this job. I I don't know. Yeah, I've just been like taking some risks and they've all paid off.
It sounds like you're, like you said, you're really proud of yourself. You took risks, which maybe something, it wasn't something you would necessarily have done in the past.
Mhm.
But now that you've learned, you know, some breathing techniques, you've learned more about yourself, what you can do to help support yourself in a situation that might make you nervous or anxious. You have steps to fall back on, such as breathing or talking to someone or filling up your bottle, that you're able to stay in that situation to continue to take risks that are healthy and beneficial for your future.
Yeah.
That's, you're doing a great job, I think. I think you know that, but I hope that you really do honor yourself and that you've done a lot to help you get to where you are today, and it's a good place. So, but that's our time. Was there anything you wanted to leave me with that we could talk about next week or continue to plan for?
Not that I know.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, I think you should keep doing what you've been doing, and we can talk about how everything's feeling in the next 2 weeks.
Cool.
Okay, thanks, Jesse.
Bye.
Bye.